Last but not least, the Trailer Park Boy, and we have Bubble. Bubble is it's funny because you see the two, you see Trailer Park Boys, and you can see that Julian and Ricky are very very similar. And you see Bubble, and it's like, yo, what is he doing with these guys? Because Bubble is kind of a nerd, he's kind of chiller, and it's funny because you don't expect them to be friends unless you when you get the cartoon version where you got the true story of how they became friends and how they start chilling together. Bubble is the character. He's like it's funny because there's a lot of characters that think that Julian and Ricky are kind of asshole, and they're like, yo, I don't want to talk to them. So even Randy and Jim, when they have to ask something to the boy, they ask Bubble because they know he's more, in a sense, more calmer. He's more reasonable. He is more reasonable. Bubble, he's a simple guy. He has his car business. Bubble is actually able to fend for himself. Like Ricky is gonna grow dope. Is gonna grow dope. Julian's gonna try to have some scheme, but Bubble, he could live peacefully, right? He could have his car business again, feed his kitty, and be okay. Doesn't need that much. He has a shed, and that's his life. Bubble is probably the person in the trailer park that is the closest to happiness and reality. That back to reality. Oh, to go gravity. And then we have Bubble, and it's funny because Bubble multiple time he knows that I think he has a friendship with Ricky and Julian, and I think there's a sense of me that believes that he knows that he's probably better off alone. But they're his family, so doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. They're family. They all stick together. Even if my life isn't as good, I'll stick together. And I think that takes sacrifice. I think that takes selflessness. You know, it's a huge sacrifice. He's also a super good character because he has a good relationship. He has a very different relationship. He's very kind. He doesn't swear that much, but when he swears that fucking a chuck's load. And yeah, he's also from a comedic standpoint, I think he's the funniest character on the show because when you think about it, Bubble is hilarious. You know, he talks funny. You kind of feel bad for him also. His life is so simple that you're like, bro, you deserve better. But I don't think it matters if you deserve better. I think it matters if you want any better. If you're satisfied with life, why want more? You know, there's like self-sufficiency, like a minimalist mentality. Bubble has only a shed and he's good. You know, Bubble is a character you want more. Like for Julian, you know, like, oh, no matter what, he's gonna be good. For Ricky, you know that no matter what, as long as they have his family, he doesn't have to have anything else. Bubbles, you're like, bro, you deserve better because you're actually a good person, you know? And it's kind of cool because I think, oh, this is my perception again. This is not a 100% sure, this is just a perception, right? So, the cool thing about Bubble is that Ricky and Julian fight constantly. Bubble is always there to tell them to chill, not to fight with each other, you know? Bubble's always in the middle of thing, which sucks because he's like, yo, I don't want to be in the middle of thing. I don't want to have to choose between my two best friends, right? And Bubble is like kind of the glue of the boys. There wouldn't be the boys if it wasn't for Bubble. And I think we know that. I think everybody knows that. I think everybody can agree with that, you know? Anyway, I love you guys. Peace.